And Pat Harty from HawkFanatic.com, brought to you by Patrick Eads and his staff at Deary Brothers Ford on Mormon Trek. Steve Anderson, Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Mike Z. Keys for cars. Also, Tavern Blue on the Coralville Strip. GT Carr and his crew at Supple's Building and Remodeling. Supple's Flowers, home of 1-800-800-ROSE. The Midtown Family Restaurants. Harty and Stocker Jewelers, 101 South Dubuque Street, downtown Iowa City. Premier Automotive in North Liberty. The Ox Yoke Inn in the Amanas. Streets Maintenance. And Dr. Lance Forbes, Diamond Dental in Cedar Rapids. Here's Tom Suter and Pat Harty from HawkFanatic.com.
Well, crazy night weather-wise last night.
How did they get Iowa baseball in Lincoln?
I have no idea.
And they showed pictures of it, and it was sunny and clear sky there. I was stunned. Unfortunately, they did get Iowa baseball in because they lost.
But I mean,
did you see Elkhorn, Nebraska?
Did you see Minden, Iowa?
And I saw they were leveled.
We freaking lucked out.
And it looks like from the thing I saw on TV this morning that the worst is going to be south of us this time.
Well, they just
enlarged. Look at the smile.
Jesus Christ.
Well, no, they just show, and we're in it. It's red where we are, but the purple and stuff is going. It's going more south into like Indiana and whatever. And but no, I think they go up to level 7. We were a 3.
Okay, well,
which means we're going to get. I mean,
no, we're a 2 now.
Oh, this had us as a 3.
But they pushed way past Illinois.
I'm telling you what. Yeah, no, this thing goes from Texas all the way up to Michigan almost.
The threats are large hail and strong winds. A few tornadoes are possible, but
well, it only takes one.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, some of the videos out there.
I mean, it
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Elkhorn, Nebraska. They showed 2 streets and there was nothing. I mean, my thoughts and prayers to all those people. Hopefully, have we heard how many casualties?
I don't think there were any casualties.
Well, that's the nice thing about all the preparations.
Yeah, they have warnings and everything.
And most homes have. I would like to think most homes in tornado areas have basements.
I mean, there were houses, beautiful new houses, are
leveled. But if they had basements, hope they're safe in the basement. I mean, do you have a basement?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah. And I have a basement. Plus, I have my laundry room's kind of in the middle, and it's all brick walls around it. I feel pretty safe in there. But what was the town? Minden.
Minden.
Where that is northwest, or
you assume it's close to Omaha, isn't it?
Yeah, and yet they showed 2 or 3 photos from the Iowa baseball game. There was one I'm like, this has to be a stacked photo, but it wasn't. And they showed. And it was beautiful. Yeah, the sun was shining. There was no clouds
because it came up south. And it just missed it.
That's so bizarre.
I mean, it is.
Now they did have lightning delays that pushed it back because those lightning were within 8 miles or whatever. But once they got the game going,
that's how close the storm was.
I just thought that was bizarre. I'm like, there's no way they're going to get that.
I know. When you figure that's how close the storm was. They had lightning delays because. There's lightning 8 miles away.
How many times have we sat in here and talked about how worse it was in Tiffin?
I know.
Or Coralville. I mean, it's been a weird. I'm just worried that we're overdue.
We got hit with that derecho.
Mother Nature's been listening to you and I snark towards him, and she's going to hit us hard someday, and you're going to revel.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
You'll check to make sure we survived, and then once you've realized we're all safe, then you'll be. I told you so.
Top of my game.
Top of your game.
Now, if we have any severe weather tonight,
it sure feels like it outside.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, and there's...
it's humid.
Well, we'll have wind gusts 20, which we can deal with.
Well, don't we have a bunch more rain coming?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a half to 3/4 of an inch.
No, that's not a ton, but do we need any more rain right now?
I don't know.
I sure don't need any more rain.
We're still under drought.
Yeah, but not in my. There's no way my lot is under drought, and all I worry about is myself.
Yeah.
I can't get my grass to stop growing. I don't care about
it.
Put in
AstroTurf.
Yeah,
you'll spend
$80,000. I'll put in AstroTurf the moment you guys pave your parking lot. How's that?
Hi, Card.
Hi. Will they be able to get the softball game in today? It starts at 11.
Yeah. I think they will, actually.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah. We're not supposed to get these storms that are...
Till tonight, right?
Till later.
There's a 30% chance this afternoon, but that's after 3. So
That's after 3?
And that's only 30% chance.
Yeah, so...
Okay. So the softball game should be okay.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be too cold because it's
God,
kind of warm out there.
no. Karn, it's going to be almost 80 today.
It's 70 right now.
It's 70
Karn.
right now. When I woke up, it was 67.
Yeah.
No, it's humid outside.
Boy, compare that to last Saturday, 42 and
compare it to yesterday.
Huge wind, yeah.
I mean, it was cold yesterday.
Well, that's you got good and bad. Good that it's warm, bad because it brings
That's what brings the storms when you go from cold to...
Yep.
In fairness to the weather people, though, they had this one right. They said it
No,
was gonna be
I think the weather people are getting better, honestly. Their diagnostics have been spot on.
Well, they've been forecasting this since Wednesday morning.
Yeah, and we get it a lot more. In the old days, you had news at 6 and 10 at night.
Yeah,
and you had your 5 minutes of weather each time, and
thank
that's when you...
God for the alarmist.
Yes, I mean,
yes,
we wouldn't survive without alarmists. We need alarmists, but they can still be made fun of, right?
What I love are the morons who post weather maps on Facebook, like it's like they're experts.
Listen, well, I had to ban 2 of them from our page because I had one guy from Burlington and one guy from Peoria, and I don't know that they even listen, Peoria. I guess I could, but they, and he's posting like different forecasts from.
Yeah.
From
just
attention. They just want attention. I did see.
Well, last night I watched Cooper DeJean get drafted in. Then I watched the Pacers beat the Bucks, and they had Caitlin was there in the audience.
I heard she got a standing O.
They had her.
And I saw the Cubs win.
They had her in a. She was in some little car that they had her sitting in, and you could tell. She was smiling, but I was sitting there thinking this is maybe the funniest sequence I've ever seen Caitlin Clark in. I mean, she's become so big. She's just, hey, can you sit in this? I think it was something
an
to do.
Old Pacer.
Yeah, an old Pacer card. Where they need it.
Well, Pacers.
And did she seem a little embarrassed?
A little bit.
Like,
I don't know. I looked at
I don't
the
want to put
picture.
word.
It looked like she was going,
like, oh my God,
what
am I doing here?
Yeah, that's exactly.
And I laughed, and I just thought it was really funny. And the photo of her waving, that's my favorite Caitlin Clark photo of all time. She's waving like, yeah, okay, let's get this over with. But she handled it great, as she does everything.
Yeah.
But at some point...
Okay, guys, well, I guess I'll have to underdress because I was dressing for cold weather.
Yeah, don't.
No, I would definitely. No, it's going to be warm today.
Yeah.
Sticky.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
Bye.
She heads over there in a 2-piece.
Well, she'd probably be comfortable.
Comfortable, because it's going to be humid.
Yeah.
I mean, it already is humid.
Yeah.
But we're not getting any rain, you say, until later today? No.
It says 3.
Okay.
After 3.
Well, it is sun, was it?
And that's a 30% chance, but then tonight it goes up to 90. A 90% chance.
Bug has it as a possibility starting around noon.
Oh, Bug a little ahead of
But 30% is all.
That's what his is saying, 30%. Now, what's Bug saying tonight? His says 90. I'm guessing yours will say like 9.
What time?
What time does the 90 start?
It just says tonight.
So that could be 8, 9.
Well, after 7.
After 7. What's 7. Bug got after 7?
After 7
Good
tonight.
Good Clapton song.
55% at 7, 50% at 8, 35 at 9, 40 at 10.
How can they be so different?
45 at 11.
Well, here's the Weather Channel.
Okay.
Thunderstorms likely. Few may be severe. 90%. It goes along with the Weather Service. Rainfall near 1 inch. Exceeds the Weather Service. Humidity 88%.
88%.
And chances are 90%.
So the Bug says 55, and this one says 90. Here we. Okay.
Yeah. Bug never gets above 55. No, wait, yes, it does, but not till Sunday.
Yeah, and Sunday we might have another chance of some bad storms.
So what's going on in Lincoln? I wonder if they're going to be able to get baseball in today.
Let's see.
Is that stuff over for Nebraska? Because the thing I saw today,
it is 58 there. It's cooler. Well, they got hit with the storm.
Well, they're on the
today, partly cloudy. Thunderstorms this afternoon. Damaging winds. Large hail.
Okay.
Possibly a tornado with some of the storms.
Okay.
90% chance today.
At what time?
Today.
What do you think Bug has Lincoln at it? That
Tonight, again, thunderstorms.
So it's going to be hard.
Likely some severe, possibly tornadoes, large hail, damaging winds.
So what? How about Sunday? I'm just trying to see if they don't play today, if they would be able to play a doubleheader on Sunday.
Thunderstorms likely, highs around 65.
Wow, a lot cooler. So it's going to be hard for them to get
80% chance of rain.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
They may not get these games in.
Let's see.
I mean, this is a big series. They're down. They were up. They got ahead 3-0. We're leading 4-1, and Marcus was about to get out of the fifth inning and have the makings of a quality start. And then he gave up a 3-run homer with 2 outs to tie it up, and that was never the same.
Weather Underground's got the same thing. Possibly tornadoes with some strong storms. Thunderstorms developed this afternoon for Lincoln. 90% chance. Thunderstorms, some may be severe with tornadoes.
So just like yesterday, and yet they still were able to get. Maybe they'll luck out again.
And WeatherBug has it 55, the highest 55% chance of rain.
So do they ever go above 55?
Not today.
Well, Weather Channel and Weather Underground both have 90% to 80% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow.
So it's going to be hard to get this series in.
Well, unless you go by WeatherBug.
Well, or like we said yesterday, they had this. This was all the same forecast yesterday, and somehow they got a 3-hour window to get a baseball game.
Yeah, because the damn thing just and I mean that's the whole damn thing. It just shifted.
Maybe it'll happen again today. Cause,
hopefully.
They started Marcus yesterday. I don't know if that means Obermueller wasn't feeling well or what have you. But like I said, he was almost out of that fifth inning, and then he gave up a 3-run homer. And now Iowa's 9-7 in Big Ten play, and they got to figure out a way to win these last two, if they
should
play,
be nice.
if they even get played.
I think if it's severe weather tonight, you ought to come in with me.
Oh, you'll be in here?
Well, you can come in and do the oldie show with Molly tomorrow.
No thanks. Yeah. Do I have to?
Yes.
The oldie show, is that like 50s?
No. Well, it can be if she wants.
No,
she doesn't want.
Would you say is that 80s and 90s? Is that like the Flock of Seagulls?
No, it's 60s and 70s.
Oh, so I would actually maybe like some of it.
Mm-hmm. Right. I would actually like some.
Well, so your Molly's going to be spinning stuff like Floyd and
doing a bowl,
just syringing in here, Quaaludes.
Yeah. Here, Wopsy.
Ludes.
Have a lude, Wopsy.
Dancing around in like a hippie
Wopsy's
skirt.
barking.
Wopsy's wigging out.
Hello.
Hello. Update on the pothole here by McDonald's. There's 2 ducks now that took over the pothole. They're down here swimming in it.
Hey, there's plenty of room.
There you go.
Take a picture and send it to us.
Well, what's your address, Steve, that I can send it to?
Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, just send me a message.
Okay.
Just go on Messenger.
And Steve Bridges.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to see that.
Yes, I would too.
I thought he was joking at first.
I did too.
But there could be 5 or 6 ducks in there. I mean, if I'm a duck, I'm building a home on that thing. It's a lakeside home.
I just mentioned it in the last half hour to Tommy. That damn post was March 29th, your birthday.
Yeah.
And we're still getting comments on it.
Is the cone still there?
It's the most.
Is the cone still in it?
Yes. Or at least it was.
It's probably floating now.
Yeah, we're still getting comments on it. It's the most commented thing.
Well, you should be happy I brought it up.
It's amazing.
And speaking of birthdays.
Yeah, your wife.
My blushing bride's birthday today.
Yeah. Is she blushing?
Happy birthday.
It's, nah.
I was just
It's a
wondering.
hot flash.
All right. All right. Happy birthday to Ann.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's younger than you.
She is younger than me. She's my trophy bride.
Yeah.
She's 6 years younger than me.
My wife is 9 months older than me.
So that makes her about 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just said her age without saying her age.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Ann would care.
I mean, it's age is
It
overrated.
is what it is.
It is what it is. Can't change
Or as
it.
Billy said, you as old as you is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also, another important birthday today, Lisa Langenberg Lloyd.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Tommy Lang's sister.
Oh, how do you know Tommy Lang's sister's birthday?
Because it's the same as my wife's.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's on Facebook.
Hell, sometimes I don't even remember my birthday.
Only I think they are 20 years apart, I think.
I don't know. I don't know how it is.
I think.
I guess I do know my siblings' birthday, my parents, but beyond that, I'm birthdayed out.
Say happy birthday to her.
I guess. I mean, send them cards and stuff. No, text message, sure, but it's a birthday.
Yeah. I don't
Now-
know.
Yeah.
Everybody told me that I would feel it at 60, and I didn't care. And then they said, "Okay, you're 70," and
60 hit me
I
harder
didn't-
than 50.
it didn't.
60 was brutal.
Well,
Yeah, it wasn't brutal, but it hit me harder
50
than
was nothing for some reason.
Nothing's been nothing. I hit 75, and everybody was saying, "Wow."
Actually, I remember 40 being like, 40, I'm no longer in my 20s or 30s. 50 didn't, but 60 was a little different.
It was for me too, just because you're no longer can say, well, I'm remotely young. 'Cause
Well, you're close. 60 means you're closer to 80 than you are 40 or 20
yeah,
or even 30. Yeah, I know that's. But hell, I'm in better shape at 60 than I was at 50. But that's kind of a sorry statement about me, more than anything.
But I mean, I hit 75. I don't know. I don't feel 75.
that's good.
I mean, mentally,
You feel 75?
I don't feel mentally.
You feeling
75.
22 like Taylor Swift?
We got a shot of feeling 22.
Taylor Swift's only. She's not.
No,
20.
No,
She like
She
to
had
go
wrote a
30.
song.
one of her songs.
Yeah,
Oh,
One of her songs, I'm feeling 22.
yeah. You know, get down
boy,
with the kids.
boy, I bet that's a good song.
It's a good
No,
song.
I'm sure it is. God.
God.
I don't know about you.
I heard a song off her new album, and it was boring. I think you guys were playing it.
Fortnite.
Oh, God, it was boring.
Yeah, you know, I didn't like it at first,
was just
and it just kind of
boring.
weighs on the.
Yeah, it weighs on you, all right.
It weighs on you at first. You listen to it, but then after a while,
I
you
just
go,
put
"Eh."
in.
It's the critics
Love it.
They do.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that doesn't matter to me.
I haven't. I've heard it once. I think it didn't do
Bored.
anything for me.
yeah, I
But
heard
it might- yeah.
I heard it. Yeah, I'm going. Well, it's okay. You know, no, it's not. It's not. I don't like it like I like her other songs, but you know, I usually don't like things that critics rave about.
I usually like
yeah.
things that critics don't like.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of my favorite
Yeah.
albums were. I mean, a lot of these bands that are famous now, they weren't popular with critics when they were producing a lot of their music.
yeah. Here in the chat room, YouTube, whatever. Taylor Swift can sing circles around Jim Morrison. Well, I don't know that you can compare them.
I would rather have Jim Morrison singing "Light My Fire" than Taylor Swift, and I love "Light My Fire." So whatever that guy's saying means nothing. That's not. That's you
Okay,
can't-
who would you like to see soil themselves?
I don't. No, I don't care. I mean, I guess if I was going to pick between Jim Morrison and Taylor Swift, I'd pick Taylor Swift. If you want to, you know, I mean,
This is a disturbing.
well, he heads there. I mean, that was an odd question, but no, that in
Very
response,
odd.
in response to the.
Excuse me.
But "Light My Fire" is one of my all-time favorite songs. Jim Morrison's voice fits perfectly for that. So, an answer
Well,
to
you
the.
can't compare the.
Well, I was asked. I
Yeah,
was
I
asked a
know.
question from your chat room.
I know.
and it's a dumb question.
It's Tom's chat room today.
Okay.
It's his
This
show.
my chat room.
Yeah, it's your show.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll. I much prefer Taylor Swift to Jim Morrison. Also, Although I will also say that "Light My Fire" is a great song.
Well,
and Jim Morrison's voice was perfect for it.
She couldn't do "Light My Fire."
Well, she could.
She could, but it's not going to.
She'd do just like she did "September," and
September is kind of different.
That was painful though when I heard that. You guys were raving about it. And I'm like, all right, I'll give it a chance.
I didn't have a problem with it. It's just that song doesn't really lend itself to being specific. Like "Light My Fire" is Jim Morrison. She couldn't.
Well, no, it's as much Ray Manzarek as it is Jim Morrison.
Yeah, but
agreed.
I mean,
his voice fits perfectly for the sound of that song.
Yeah.
Like his voice did for most of the Doors songs. But a lot of people don't like the sound of the Doors, so they're not going to like Jim Morrison. And I get that. That's all. It's all a matter of taste.
She couldn't do Bob Dylan.
Well, she could, but it would probably sound too. You can imagine her singing like "Ramble On" with Led Zeppelin. I mean, seriously.
Well, she doesn't have that kind of voice.
No, she doesn't.
I mean, so you really can't compare.
I mean, Ann Wilson of Heart could sing the hell out of it.
Well, better. I think she obviously would do a better job with "Stairway" than she would Ann Wilson, I don't think would do "Ramble On" as good as she did "Stairway." That would be my.
Perhaps.
But no, she did a hell of a job with "Stairway to Heaven."
Hello.
Yeah, now's a good time for a little Jethro Tull and have Mace call into the weather update.
Okay.
We don't take suggestions.
We don't take them well.
No.
Well, what about Jethro Tull? What's he want to know? You imagine Taylor Swift singing "Aqualung"? Sitting on a park. I mean, think of it.
I can imagine Roger Waters.
What do you think, Roger Waters? You think Roger Waters likes Taylor Swift? I'm guessing no.
No.
Well, okay.
He doesn't like anything.
Yeah. What does he like?
I don't think he even likes Pink Floyd anymore, does he?
You know, what the hell? Tommy sent me pictures.
Of the...
Oh, you got the pothole?
You got the ducks?
Pothole.
Are there ducks in there?
Let me see.
You sending it to me?
I'm not seeing a picture.
Sooner or later, that's going to get fixed, isn't it?
Oh, there's one.
Is there a duck in it?
Yeah.
So did Boggsy send that to you?
No, I haven't got it from Boggs. This is Tommy Lang. Okay.
Send it to old Scooter.
I'll send it to both of you. Right.
Do we have to talk while you're doing this?
We don't have to.
No, let's don't. I like the silence.
You know, sometimes people need it.
Need silence? This is true. During a radio show, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not optimum, but
sometimes it's comforting.
Could you see?
I
Could
sent
you
it to both of you.
Could you see Taylor Swift singing "The Sound of Silence"? I
yes,
could see her doing that. I could see her doing
I
Simon
could
and
see-
Garfunkel songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see her doing like Motorhead songs.
Well, sure enough, there is a duck.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
I may have to tweet this out. It will get fixed at some point, won't it?
no. Hello.
I heard that pothole has been renamed Corville Lake Marina, and you can rent a pontoon there. And everything.
Well, very
Except
good.
It's in Iowa City.
Wow.
So,
Well, that duck's just
That's
hanging out.
incredible.
yeah.
And look at the cracks around. It's just growing. It's
Yes,
just,
it is.
it's going to get to the point where they may have to shut that road down, won't they?
Oh, you would think.
Just goes the road.
I mean, they're not going to be able to just fix that pothole. They're going to need to resurface.
Do you are they waiting for the weather? Is that what?
Possibly.
Or do you think it's a money thing? Well, it's. I just don't get it. Somebody from the city has to listen at times. Maybe they could give us an explanation. We've been talking about this pothole for as long as we've been talking about Caitlin Clark. It seems like.
Yeah.
She does an appearance there.
Waving.
She's waving to the fans in the middle of the pothole. The water's waist deep. That would be funny.
Wow.
I did, though. I laughed so hard when I saw her sit in that little auto pacer thing. And the fans were all giving her a standing ovation. And there was part of me that thought she was saying, and I'm just joking. But, Captain, you saw it. She was saying, God, kill me.
It looked like, what am I doing?
What am I doing? My popularity has gotten so strong to where I have to do stuff like this, and people love it.
And they posted a video of the first practice with Caitlin and
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
That was interesting watching them do the give and goes and what have you. I retweeted that. But the one, I just could not stop laughing when I saw the photo of her smiling to the camera sitting in that Pacer car. Did they wheel her out onto the court ever, or did she just stay baseline there? Did they ever wheel her?
I didn't notice.
The video I watched didn't last long enough to see if they. I wanted her to drive the thing out into the middle of the court, and because then it would have even been funnier. But it's amazing how popular she is.
It really is.
I posted it on Facebook on the KCJJ page. Sycamore Mall's famous pothole.
I'll put it on Twitter later. But I think that duck's like, hey, there's a free body of water there. I'm going to go there and relax.
When did they make another lake?
Yeah, I mean, I'm perplexed as to why it has taken so long to fix that.
Did they really have an owner? Did they sell? Or
I think so.
Still for sale?
No, I thought.
So you guys are thinking it's not fixed because it's not technically city property? Is that what you?
Well, it's not city property.
So it would be up to whoever owns.
That's correct.
And they just obviously don't want to spend the money to get it fixed.
That's correct. That's my guess.
Man, that's cheap.
That stuff's expensive.
What if some car goes racing through there though, and something happens, and the pothole's the cause, and they get sued?
Well, that's evidently they're willing. They probably have insurance for that.
Wow. You'd agree, though, at some point it's got to get fixed.
Yeah.
You can't just.
It keeps getting worse and worse.
Yes, and there's some other potholes over there that are pretty bad, too. You got to be careful over there. Look at him working his phone, man.
I am.
I mean, we have some potholes, good potholes in our lot.
I'm used to your guys's.
Yeah, but not that big.
Oh,
we need to get those fixed.
It's going to be May, and we'll get them fixed now.
Yeah.
You know, we're used to having a bunch of rain, and
you guys go through this every year.
Yes.
You have potholes every year.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Nothing like the one at Sycamore, but
no, that one as you turn in is about as big as. You've had some deeper ones than that one. There was one out there.
Well, there's people training for the Olympics that are diving into that.
Yeah. Did you get your phoning done?
I got my phoning going.
What are you doing now?
I'm just sharing it. People want to see it.
Oh, you're still on Facebook?
Yeah. Yeah, people want to see it. So I'm sharing it. I'll put it on X. And that'll be...
You're doing all that right now?
X.
Yeah.
I love how he's doing all that right in the middle of the show.
Putting it on X. Putting it on the X.
I was going to put it on X.
Yeah, you can put it on X too.
No, I'll do it after the show.
Yeah.
But he wants to be first.
Yeah.
So you can get the clicks.
He doesn't have any followers.
Yeah, I need the clicks.
You don't hardly have any followers,
I'm putting it on the KCJJ
How many does that have?
page. 3535.
3,000.
If man is still alive.
Yeah.
3,000. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that one of your least favorite songs ever in the year 25?
Oh, God, terrible. And, you know, I listened to the station that my old program director, Bobby Rich, programmed, and they only play like 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
It's called The Drive. Well, anyway, they have all these songs, and they take stuff from like the album rock era, so it's not just top 40. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, that damn thing came on, and it just, why are you playing? I couldn't understand.
Zager and Evans, was it?
Yeah. Could not understand why they were playing it. But
it's just a terrible song.
It's an awful song.
Yeah, it never did anything for me.
Yeah.
Did it come out in the 60s or early 70s?
70s.
Okay.
Yeah, just an awful song. People love the duck. And,
He can't put his phone down.
Yes, he can. He just did.
I'm done. Well, people wanted to see the duck.
Okay.
I let them see the duck.
Ooh, Long John Silver chicken strips. Yes.
You hear that the Red Lobster is going to declare bankruptcy?
You mean the chain?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what killed them last year? all-you-can-eat shrimp.
That killed him?
Yeah, people going in there and staying. One of the managers of one of the...
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
My guess, though, this was a gradual buildup, and that probably just put him over the ledge.
And someone just stayed there and kept eating?
Not just someone. People would go there and just keep eating for hours.
I mean, could you imagine that? After a while, that would just get sickening.
Yeah.
You know, Red Lobster's not cheap.
It's not cheap,
at all.
And no offense to Red Lobster, some of their stuff is good. Their shrimp isn't the best.
No, it's average.
Yeah.
I mean, the best thing about Red Lobster is those rolls, and then you eat 2 of those and you're full.
Yeah, the cheddar.
And then they bring the $30 piece of fish, and you're not hungry.
Yeah. But I mean, the cheddar bay biscuits.
Those are good.
Yeah.
You've had those, haven't you?
I've eaten at Red Lobster once.
I've eaten at Red Lobster maybe 5-6 times in my life.
The shrimp at Culver's are better than Red Lobster.
The shrimp at Culver's aren't bad.
And the shrimp at Midtown, when they have shrimp nights, when they have shrimp nights
at Midtown,
it beats everything.
But I did get those shrimp one time during this past Lent, and I got a sick 4 I was full afterwards, and it was good. No, they were good.
No, Culver's is good.
Everything at Culver's is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we must be getting hungry.
Yeah.
It's my fault for talking about the Long John Silver's chicken place.
I made my spicy rigatoni last night and ate way too much of it. God, it was good, but now I hardly have any left over.
Sounds good.
It's good. Well, you and I, it's got a lot of onion in it.
Oh.
We went to Tavern Blue.
I saw that.
And got a pizza. And Nick Steicher was playing there with Dogs on Skis. Cindy Taylor Wilson was there. There's a bunch of Ginger, Glenn's wife.
Ginger Henson?
Yeah, she was there. And, God, the pizza was really good.
No, they have good pizza there.
Seriously, it was good.
What would you compare it to? Sam's, Wig and Pin?
No.
Sanctuary?
No.
Bob's Your Uncle?
No.
So it's got its own little...
Is
it thin crust?
Thinnish?
It's not like,
Not Sam's thin?
No. And it's
I'll have to try it sometime. I like trying new good pizzas.
Yeah, it's good.
And I'm not knocking Sam's. Part of the attraction of Sam's is the fact that it is thin and crispy. That's what I love about it. I prefer pizza to be thin and crispy.
This is real good, and it's got more toppings than it's got anything.
It's very tasty.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it. I mean, there's a lot of pizza places in this town that I've never tried. I mean, like, what's that one up there when you go past Kinnick and you're going up Melrose and there's
Maggie's Woodfire.
Have you tried that?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's more of a gourmet. If you like the gourmet pizzas.
Because it's cooked in a fire oven.
Yeah,
right?
cooked real fast.
Isn't that how Monica's is cooked?
Monica's is a regular pizza.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. So
this is cooked in a wood-fired oven.
The one at
Tavern Blue.
And that's what Maggie's is cooked in, too, right?
Yeah, but Tavern Blue isn't, I wouldn't call it. The gourmet pizzas, they're a little bit misshapen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not crazy at all about the gourmet pizzas because
they're not my favorites.
I'm pretty basic when it comes to pizza. Give me a thin crust, pepperoni.
We got a gourmet. It was called a gourmet pizza once, and all it was crust with a pool of pizza in the middle of it. It didn't cover the crust, and I didn't get it. I don't get it.
No.
I'm not a gourmet, per se.
You're not the galloping gourmet?
You're not a gourmand?
No, I don't. Yeah, I didn't get it.
Oh, have we even mentioned that Cooper got picked 40th overall by the Philadelphia Eagles? I think that's a good landing spot for him, and I know there's outrage that NFL executives don't know what they're talking about. The media personalities are setting the record straight. Hey, just be happy that he got picked.
Hey, he's doing all right. 4 years, $9.5 million. That's okay.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I mean,
a lot of money.
Would he have made more money in the first round? Yes, but still, like you said, is that what it is? 9.5.
Yes, $9.5 million.
And see, I don't care what these. I mean, I hone them to make as much as they can.
Well,
but
yeah.
I don't care how much.
But I mean, people are going, "Oh, he got cheated." Well, how?
He didn't get cheated because they didn't pick him. I mean, he.
Well, some of your pundits.
Well, I don't. probably the ones doing the most bitching I don't pay attention to. I mean, I like I said, I stayed off Twitter.
How ridiculous.
I mean, the amount of stuff directed at Brian Ferentz yesterday was just ridiculous. I mean, just the amount of snark and cowardice crap on Twitter. I mean,
just wish him the best.
Wish him the best and move on.
Yeah. Why would you do anything other than that?
Well, there was a lot of it, and unfortunately, I mean, this is Scoop Suter right here. What's funny though is I tweeted it out, so I got credit for being the first one to report it. And, like Adam Rittenberg, he embedded my Twitter handle in his thing, giving me credit for it. The problem with that, though, is all the people that follow him and comment on, every time my thing would be embedded in that. So I had to see all the nasty stuff that was directed at Rittenberg. I was part of it. It was nonstop. Just the amount of...
Just wish him luck and shut up.
This guy couldn't analyze a coloring book, blah, 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 blah. I mean, just mean nonstop. And I just don't get it.
You were the Scoop
Suter.
It happened, I think it was signed on the 15th. It's old news.
Yeah, but it just...
I don't know why nobody talked about it.
Well, I don't think a lot of people... I mean, you found out about it because somebody you know.
You were
at a function.
I was at a function.
And then when you told me yesterday, I left here thinking, okay, I got to play journalist. But, no offense, I wasn't comfortable just going with just you.
Fair enough.
But then I made a few calls, and you got back to me and said, hey, this has happened. Then I'm like, okay, I'm going to tweet it out. The funny thing, though, is by the time I tweeted it out, and I got distracted with something, by the time I finally got my story up on my site, 247 already had their story up and crediting me. They beat me to my story, which I kind of giggled at.
That's funny.
I thought that was kind of funny. But no, it had been sitting out there for a while, but nobody on either side had caught wind of it. Now, in fairness, I don't think anyone in the Iowa media was really, what's up with Brian Ferentz? Nobody was pursuing.
So like a week ago, where we were at the function, I went home, I Googled Brian Ferentz to see if there was anything out there. And there was nothing.
Tom, there was nothing yesterday morning. I mean, when we were talking about this yesterday morning, that's when this all started.
I know, and I assumed it was common knowledge.
No, and it was not common knowledge. Yeah, I mean, you got guys from ESPN giving me credit for something he said. I just laughed, and it was funny about that, but then it just got depressing seeing all the nasty remarks. I mean, I don't.
Well, maybe
that's
why nobody released. Maybe that's why the family didn't release it.
Maryland finally came out. I think that after the story was out, Maryland finally announced what the official position was, because papers like the Register and newspapers and stuff were starting to call and say, hey, these reports are all using unnamed sources. Can you? And I think Maryland finally, it's out. And they confirmed it.
Yeah.
And that was later on in the day. So I hope it works out for him. I'll tell you what, though, Maryland probably would have been the last team I would have picked for him to go to. And I don't know. I'm not sure why. Because I've never known Kirk and Mike Locksley to have any type of contact. Maybe they do. I mean, but I'll tell you what, though. I think in some ways it's good. And fair or not, Brian's reputation took some heat during this racial stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
He's now joining a staff with a black head coach and multiple black staff members. I think that can help Brian in some ways. And I hope it works out for him. I really do. And Mike Locksley must not think he's a racist, or he wouldn't have hired him.
No.
So you got to give Brian. I think with Brian's problem is his dad moved him up too fast. Can we agree on that? I think nepotism backfired on him. He wasn't ready for that job. He was a fine position coach, but he wanted more. And I wrote it in my story. And some people disagree with me. I think most people will admit deep down. I think Kirk deep down. Brian was subconsciously being groomed to be his father's successor. Can you agree on that?
We can speculate on
that. Yes,
and
it didn't happen.
Yeah,
and it didn't happen. But Mike Locksley. I mean, you can do a lot worse as an offensive analyst than 41-year-old Brian Ferentz with his experience. He can bring something to them. And it's going to be fascinating the week of November 23rd when Iowa plays there. It's going to be so interesting that he's also going to a place where they play Iowa. Now, I know he did get an interview at Nebraska. He got one.
Right.
He did not get a second interview. So he's been out trying, and he's been out. He wants to coach. He wants to work. I mean, Brian Ferentz wouldn't have to work. I mean, I'm sure he's doing okay.
I think financially,
but I
he's
respect the
pretty
fact
solid.
that he wants to get back up at the horse and start coaching again.
I got this from Dr. Lance Forbes. He's evidently at the pothole. He says there's 2 more people taking pictures of the duck.
No, what he's hoping for is cars go through there, don't see it, and then the thrust forward, they smash their teeth up against the dashboard, and they have to go to land. And he's there to hand out his card. That's what he's hoping for. He's working with the pothole to generate business.
Go and taking pictures.
Well, I loved last week. People had the pothole in those swans in the, and now.
Well, Chris Christie was floating in.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I particularly liked the one where it was like they were in a hot tub. Had 4 people in it.
So if you're the owner, if you're McDonald's, are you annoyed by that pothole? If you're like, they own that McDonald's?
Well, the corporate owns McDonald's.
But do you think they're annoyed that it hasn't been fixed?
Well, doesn't McDonald's have a bad one, too?
Probably.
Yeah.
They're all over it.
Not that bad.
Not that bad. They're all over that parking lot, though. That parking lot needs some serious work.
It's not H&R anymore. It's just R, Tex.
R Block?
R Block.
That's where I go.
That crap really bothers me.
What do you mean?
When lights aren't working properly and they don't fix
you let some of the
R Block.
You let some of the weirdest things bug you.
I do.
Doesn't he though?
He does.
I got some quirks.
You got some quirks. We all do though.
We do. Yeah. We all do.
But what were we talking about?
Some of us have fewer than others.
Oh, the Brian Ferentz thing though. But just wish him well and move on.
Yep.
I mean that's
it.
That's what you do. It will be interesting. Do you think he's moving out there?
I don't think so. My guess is he can do it remotely, but I don't know.
Well, he could also rent an apartment for a year. My guess is Brian Ferentz isn't planning on being the Maryland analyst for 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
But probably not.
But he could also rent a place out there. But do you think he's married with what, 3 kids?
I am not. Maybe
I
3.
don't. Do you think his wife and 3 kids will sell the home here and move out there with him? I'd be surprised if they did that.
I don't know. I wonder if he can be remote.
I guess it's really none of our business.
Can you be remote?
You could do it remote, but you also want him to be there.
Well, I want him to be part of the team.
I could see him doing some of it remote, but I could also see them getting. Hey, Brian, here's where a lot of this apartment. I think they could set him up.
So will he be analyzing data?
I have no idea.
We don't know.
There's so much he could be doing. I mean, that's kind of, he's a senior offensive assistant, so that could be a lot. I mean,
it could.
My guess is they'll try to focus on his strengths, offensive line, what he did with the tight ends, and what have you.
So if that's the case, it sounds like maybe he should have to be there then.
I would think he'd have to be there some, and like I said, he can easily rent a townhouse there. And have that place there to where, the wife and kids come out. Let's go see Dad for 4 days in Maryland, do stuff, but then still keep their residency here. That's what. Not that it's really any of our business. I was just wondering about that because this is obviously a gap. Brian's obviously hoping this is a gap-fill job, don't you think?
Absolutely.
To keep him connected to the profession and then do this and then hopefully latch on somewhere else. I mean, maybe if Mike Loxley likes him, next thing you know, he's their offensive line coach, something like that.
I was kind of thinking he was going to go into the pros.
That's what I was thinking, too.
But
and he still may.
And he still may.
Hey, he still might do that. And good luck to him wherever he goes. I mean, it's time to move on.
Absolutely.
And God, Twitter can just be.
It's Facebook, too.
Yeah, I mean, just.
And I even saw, and I rarely see crap like that on Instagram, but I did.
Yeah, I don't ever go on Instagram.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. 3 daughters and 1 son.
Oh,
so 4 kids?
4 kids, yeah. It's a big family. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Carl.
Okay, bye.
That's a big family. So
he might have had to get the job to afford.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine financially. But that's a big move.
And even if, I don't know his parents well, but I would think that they would probably be able to give him a little bridge loan if he needed something.
I'm guessing. Yeah. I'm guessing. And you never know. There could be something waiting for him when Mom and Dad pass, too.
I don't know. Yeah.
You think Kirk's not
what
Jerry
Lewis? What do you think's
Lewis?
waited for Shane when I go?
Probably this. I would imagine this.
Shane, leaving you the station in a pothole.
And Suter.
I'm going to ask the realtor. It's Jeff Edberg, I think, is the realtor for Sycamore Mall.
Let's get him on.
If we can get him.
He was he was a U-High guy.
Yeah, let's get him on Monday's Hawk Fanatic.
Get him on. And, how much would it cost for us to buy that pothole?
What would we do it when we buy it? How would we make it
You leave it
cash
alone.
worthy? You just let it
leave it alone
and just let it
keep
just
growing.
Let it keep growing.
Yeah, have like
I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing them.
Not take pictures.
I'm not.
Just leave it alone. People love that.
You can't charge people to take pictures in the public.
Sure, you can.
No, you can't.
Oh,
if someone wants to take a picture of that, you can't charge them.
Well, you got to put a curtain around the pothole.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
I'm not digging that idea.
I would keep it as a landmark.
But I know that mall has been sold and tried to be sold several times because, like I said, an old buddy of mine called me from a purchasing group down in Atlanta 10 years ago and said, is it worth buying? And I'm like, you're asking a freaking sports writer? And he's like, well, what's the... And I told him, I go, I didn't rip it or anything, but then he ended up getting back to me saying we decided against it.
Well, the dumbest thing I think is changing the name of it. Nobody
it's the
calls
Sycamore
it
Mall.
that. Yeah, when I came here,
why? What's the name of it?
Iowa City Marketplace.
Yeah, Iowa City Marketplace. Nobody calls it that.
No.
Nobody calls it that.
And when I hear that, I don't think of that place. When I hear Sycamore Mall, I think
it's the Sycamore Mall.
Yes.
Because it's on Sycamore Street.
That's right.
Yes.
And it's always been the Sycamore Mall.
And it's the Sycamore Theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That doesn't make any sense.
It's always been the Sycamore Mall. When I came here, everybody's going, are you going to change the call letters? Why would you change the call letters?
No, you keep what people are used to.
Yeah. They knew the call letters. They didn't listen. But they knew the call letters.
Yeah. No, that was a wise decision on your part.
Yeah. Yeah, buying it. What about
well, I didn't
buying
say that. I said keeping the call letters.
Yeah.
Well, you've had some fun from buying this. 30 years of just
joy.
Craps and giggles.
30 years of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
you were the first to wish Ann a happy birthday this morning.
And I haven't seen
sent it at 3:30.
I haven't seen anything from the big guy's visit. I haven't been looking yet. But I did have somebody tell me yesterday, was it you? Or somebody told me, or maybe it was, that USC and TCU have sort of entered the picture for this Matt Cross guy. Have you heard that?
I have not heard that.
Okay, then somebody else told me that. Definitely that USC had entered the picture, because I thought it was coming down to Iowa and Wisconsin, and it still might. But he didn't tweet anything yesterday, did he?
I thought it was SMU. And
maybe it was SMU and
TCU.
Well, USC and SMU. Oh. I think those were. What's interesting about that's the former USC head coach, and then the current.
Yeah, that is weird.
But I mean, he did not commit, and then the Raylan Sharp, which was weird. He's now visiting Fresno tomorrow, Fresno State, and he had. You notice he had those two tweets. The one where he's at Iowa posing with his uniform. The other he's at North Texas posing.
And he took him down.
Took him down. What does that mean? You think?
Well, he had an Instagram or whatever platform he was on. While he was at North Texas, he put out a collage of Iowa stuff. So I think, and then he put up the stuff from North Texas. Then took them all down.
And then took them all down and said Fresno on Sunday and looking forward to Fresno.
Yeah.
So obviously Fresno State, I've talked to a couple of people who said that he's very interested in Fresno State.
Hello.
So, who knows?
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good, Tommy. I just wanted to call and say Ann a happy birthday.
Oh.
And you guys will have a good time. You always do.
We always do.
So, yep, you always do. You do it right. So,
well, Harry, thank
care.
you. I imagine she's listening, and good. Thank you. That was very nice.
Yeah, you and Pat and the captain are doing a terrific job again.
Well, let's not get carried away.
Well, no, I enjoy listening to it, and I get caught up on my music that way every once in a while.
Yeah,
okay?
that's good.
I apologize. I apologize for their music, Harry. I can only do so much.
Well,
I'm kidding.
You're trying.
All right, I'm trying. All right.
We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
That was nice.
So far, we've got 57 likes on the post.
The duck?
On the duck.
You remind me of some of the people I work with that measure their value on how many people acknowledge their tweets and posts.
Oh, my God, there's a duck in there. Someone needs to get a group together and clean it out. Clean out the bottle.
Why would you do that? Then you just got an empty hole. At least it has water in it now.
Monica Lynn says, pretty sad. It's been like that since I was in high school. And I graduated 1997. Well, that's impossible.
Well, I will say, though, that parking lot always has potholes.
Well, yes.
Now, this one, no. This one started about a year ago.
No, this is the granddaddy of them all.
This is the Rose Bowl. This is the one that's going to cause. This one's going to cause action. This one is going to be. It's going to lead to some type of action. I think eventually people are just going to. They're going to riot and say, "Fix our pothole. Yeah. We can't live like this."
Yeah, college kids are going to leave their the demonstrations and come here.
Come here and protest against the pothole. Yeah. Fix this thing. Yeah, those college demonstrations, that's wild.
Yep, it is.
It's spreading all over the place. I mean, I'm all for free speech now, but I don't consider free speech being able to pitch tents in the middle of campus. They got to get rid of those people.
Well, in some of them, it's not even.
It's not college students. It's people capitalizing on the moment.
Yeah, it's
just to cause
activists.
That always happens.
That always happens. Yes.
Yeah, activists moving in. So I mean, it's not all college kids.
How about Christy Nome?
I was hesitant to even bring.
I'm bringing her up. I don't care if she's a Democrat. She killed her dog because it wasn't a good. It was untrainable. She shot it in the head.
Listen to this.
What?
Okay, she's got a 14-month-old puppy. She takes it out hunting with her other dogs. She says, so the dog could learn from the other dogs, like dogs teach each other.
But it was untrainable.
Yeah. So she took it out, and her quotes now, it was having the time of its life chasing around the birds that they're trying to hunt. Having the time of its life, and then, she's yelling at it, according to witnesses, talked to the Guardian. She's yelling at it, puts it back in the car with the other dogs, drives to a neighbor's house, and they got chickens, and the dogs go out there, and the dog killed the chicken.
Okay.
It's a hunting dog.
Not a plus,
that's what they do. But that's what they do.
Yes.
If you don't train your hunting dog, what to hunt. So she dragged it out to a gravel pit in front of construction workers at the pit and shot it in the head.
Because it was 14-month-old.
Disgusting.
Because it was untrainable. Yeah, you've got hardcore MAGA agreeing with left wing. They're all attacking her. She's being attacked. Even MAGA's attacking.
Yeah, and
who is she?
She's a
South Dakota governor.
South Dakota. That was going to be.
Rumored to be one of his.
Rumored to be vice president.
Well, he doesn't like dogs. Maybe this will help. Maybe this will help her. But no, she's dead.
So then she goes home, and her kid says, "Hey, where's Cricket?" Which was the dog's name. A 14-month-old puppy. She should just absolutely.
Well, what's incredible is that she mentioned it in her book.
Yeah. Her book just came out, and she gave it to and she said, "Well, I can make the tough decisions," but it didn't end there. Because while she had her gun, she says they got a goat on their farm, and she never liked the goat.
Mean.
It was smelly
and mean.
Yeah, it was mean. So she shot it in front of the kids. And then, I've had to shoot animals before. We live on a farm. I had 3 25-year-old horses that I just shot last week.
Too bad she didn't shoot herself.
But no, she does. I mean, hardcore MAGA's even against her now.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, real disgusting.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. And she
could have just taken
I don't know how you can have a damn political party get so many absolute miserable, mean-ass people at one time. I mean, it's amazing to me. You get these people that are just absolute, and there's no other word for it, white trash, with the morals of a snake. And a snake's got better morals. How could you do that? And then and put it in your book that the kid,
this will be
where's my puppy Cricket?
This will be interesting because this is the only thing I've seen over the last 3-4 years where MAGA and left wingers have agreed on it. I mean, they can't agree on Russia. They can't agree on anything. No. I mean, a lot of MAGA loves Russia. They love Putin and whatever. But this maybe a dog will help to at least start to
I don't know.
No, I'm not going to say united. We're so far. But yeah, no, that's just.
It kept me up last night. Very seriously. I read it before I went to bed, and I go, Jesus Christ.
That's just the world we live in right now. But luckily, though, I think she's the exception to the rule. I mean, because I said, Cat Turd's even ripping her. You know, Cat Turd. Yeah. He accidentally ran over his dog, but he was ripping people defending her. I mean, it was. No, it was
very. Why? How were people defending?
There were some people saying, I saw not many, but I saw a couple saying, "Hey, if you don't live on a farm, you don't know where she's coming from. There's tough decisions that are made."
Well, I know that's true.
And everyone said, "Okay, yeah, that's fine, but here's a tough decision. Take the dog to the freaking pound if you don't want it,
or take it to
an adoption, to a shelter.
Or, I don't know, why not train it?
Or but that answer just doesn't work. That's ridiculous. But there were some people
I know people that live on a farm and they take very good care of their dogs and their barn cats and stuff.
This dog was not Cujo.
They're not killing. They're not going out killing their dogs. They might kill a coyote.
But my guess is
something like that.
My guess is she won't survive this politically. I don't see her being his.
Oh no!
Well, people have shown how stupid they are. Well, though.
I don't know.
I wish she would. I wish she would be his VP.
But all this week they had stories about her grooming herself to look like a Trump, and it was the whole story this week. Getting her hair cut like the Trumps do. They said she might have had some surgery.
God, that's such a weird.
Trying to make her look like a Trump.
It is so weird how he is just taken over. It's.
Why would you want to look like Donald Trump?
You got the Supreme Court trying to decide. You got the Supreme Court trying to decide if a president should get full immunity, even if he wants to kill his. Some of the stuff that's going on right now, but you see, it's a slow and steady shift to authoritarianism. That's what's happening.
Yes,
that is what's happening.
That's what he wants.
And they're just waiting for him to get back. And then they're going to implement. They will live with authoritarianism as long as it's owning and hurting the people they hate.
Yeah,
and that's where we're at right now.
Well, they can't. They haven't had a platform in 3 years. The Republican Party haven't had a platform.
Their platform is him.
Yeah,
that's their platform, and they don't hide from that anymore. Yeah. He is their platform. Whatever he says goes. We'll do whatever he says, and the reason they do that is because he's got control over 50 to 60 million people who just worship the guy. In Florida, they line up on the side of the road with big Trump signs and F Joe Biden signs and pray to him like he's a god. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
This is just,
it's bizarre.
And I'm a Catholic, and I can't believe how many Catholics worship him. I don't get it. And this isn't Hawk Fanatic, so I can talk political. And am I a huge Joe Biden fan? No, but at least he's not nuts. And I do think he does put our country first. Do I think he's too old? Yes. I would love to have.
They're both too old.
I would love to have this be neither one. I wish they'd both go away, but I do think Biden, for the most part, wants what's best for our country, whereas Trump just wants what's best for him.
Correct.
That's all.
Correct.
And if I offend some people with that, this is not Hawkman. This is Suter Show. This is
my fault.
This is the Scoop Suter Show.
Yeah, but it's Pat Harty, and if he offends you.
What? Go to my Twitter and be mean to me? Gee, I've never had that happen before. But no, the Supreme Court stuff the other day was just unbelievable.
Just bizarre.
Samuel Alito sitting there, and
I know.
I'm like, what are you doing? This should be 9-0, no discussion.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. Well, what if the president decides his rival needs to be assassinated?
Well, then I see all these posts. Well, if they don't give full immunity, then Biden's going to be in jail the moment, or Obama's going to be in jail the moment Trump takes. For what?
What if they give the president full immunity right now?
Then Joe Biden can never leave office, and he can have Trump assassinated.
Yeah.
That's just insanity.
That's stupid. And speaking of insanity, have a great weekend, everybody. With this uplifting discussion last 10
Yeah, we started with a dog getting shot in the head. You hadn't heard about that, though.
No, I had not.
Yeah, it's just it makes you appreciate Wapsie.
For sure.
I just feel sorry for there was pictures of the dog on Twitter. When I saw the picture of the dog, then I'm like, this is really getting me. The amount of crap I went through to keep my dogs alive at the end of their lives. And then
that's what you do.
Yeah. That's what you do. Yes, I let my dog poop in my living room for a year. Now, that's probably pretty stupid on my part, but I couldn't kill it because I loved it.
Well, as I get older, and come by your house,
What have let you poop in my living room for?
All right, have a good weekend, everybody.
All right, we're done.
From the Harty and